Welcome to College Talk. I'm Trevor Mizrahi. Did you know that 1 in 4 students have a diagnosable mental illness? Today we're going to talk about that with Doctors Beverly Januszewski and Shiro Torquato.
Bright students do have learning disabilities. Bright folks do have ADHD, and bright folks do have anxiety and other emotional issues. If there's any kind of negative impact on the academics, I would strongly suggest that you get an evaluation prior to going to college, because colleges are open to providing accommodations and resources, but they need a diagnosis, they need an evaluation. And it's really hard to get it once the student's already at the college, away from home, in a different environment. Try to deal with it now. If you do have a current IEP or a Section 504 plan, make sure that it's updated and try to use those accommodations. What I have found in my practice is that there are many students who start to bomb out, and it's 3/4 of the way through the semester, and they say, oh, maybe I should go to the disability office. Right. And at that point, the school really is not so interested in offering accommodations only for the final of the first semester. So start early.
I recommend that they put in the paperwork even before the student gets there. So that way everything is in place from day one when they start their college classes.
My understanding is that that does not affect the acceptance. In fact, the colleges have funding specifically for documented disabilities.
Yeah, every community college and four-year university throughout the country has a department on campus that's specifically to provide services for students with documented disabilities. And that's one thing that I do a lot of, I think you do as well, for them to get accommodations, even if they don't have a 504 or an IEP previously. I have families call me, say, oh yeah, somebody told me if I can get some documentation or a diagnosis or whatever, then I can get more time to do the SATs. And the question I always ask for them is, has your student gotten any accommodations in high school? And if the answer is no, I immediately tell them the SAT, the College Board, and the ACT Board will not grant accommodations for students who've never had them before, just for the test. So that's important information. If they have gotten them through a 504 or even informally, like some private schools will give informal accommodations, but they're not required to have IEPs or 504 plans. If there's some documentation of that, that's sufficient. But if they benefit from it and they can have that documentation either through school or privately through an evaluation by a psychologist such as Dr. Beverly or myself, then the college campuses will accept that documentation and provide the accommodations. 5 to 7 years ago, students that I saw in high school who did have disabilities and received accommodations for the SAT and the ACT, received accommodations when they went to college and did very well, they're contacting me now 5 years later, because the documentation is good for 5 years, because they're going to graduate school, they're going to law school.
Great.
They're wanting the accommodations to take the GRE. So this stuff works. It can be a game changer for them. If your student has some type of challenges, even if it hasn't been assessed or diagnosed in the past, it's a good idea to do it while they're in high school.
Thank you for watching College Talk. I hope you enjoyed the video. We're always making new content, so feel free to stop by our site and look for any new videos that we make.